Hey guys, Matthew here. So today I'm going to tell you guys a story from when I went to Atlanta about 2 weeks ago. So I was casting a music video, so I had to travel down to Atlanta from Richmond, Virginia, which is like an 8-hour drive. And I was by myself, and I was about 6 hours into the drive, and I was on the interstate. And I heard this loud bang. And I didn't know what it was. I thought it was like a car near me or someone like... I didn't think it was my car, so I kept driving. And all of a sudden I started hearing like thuds, like... I'm like, oh, that's not good. And so I started looking around to see if it was like another car next to me or what the issue was. But I didn't see any other cars struggling. And I started to smell like smoke and burning rubber. And then that's when I realized, because I saw the smoke starting to rise from like every side of my car. I'm like, oh, this is my car. I gotta pull over right now. So I had to get over 3 lanes and pull over on the side of the interstate in South Carolina. I was 6 hours away from home. And I was freaking out because I didn't really know what to do. I'd never really been in that sort of situation, and I didn't even know what was wrong with my car. I was assuming that it was an engine problem because I saw the smoke and like the loud noises. It didn't like immediately register that it was like a tire. Spoiler alert, I popped a tire. But I thought my engine was going to explode, and then I thought I was going to die. I thought that was the end of my life. And whenever you have experiences like that where you think it's the end of your life, you sort of like reflect. Because I pulled over to the side of the road and, you know, you're in that like adrenaline state. And I was like, well, if that was the end for me, would I have been like happy with how I lived my life? And I would have been, just because I feel like I've been chasing my dream and doing the things I love. So I sort of had that thought, and it made me sort of think about that. But besides that, I don't want to get too deep into that right now. Just trying to stick to the car story. But I was on the side of the interstate, and I got out of my car and I saw that one of my tires popped. It was my back left tire. And at this point I was 2 hours away from Atlanta, and my music video shoot started in 3 hours. So I was aiming to get there early, but with this tire thing I didn't even know how I was gonna make it, because I didn't know what to do. I knew I had to put on my spare tire, so I got out, I got into my trunk, got the spare tire, got all the like tools out, put the spare tire on, took the other tire off, and got back on the interstate. And at that point I was like, I think I need to get a new tire, because you can only ride a spare tire for about 50 miles, and the fastest you can go on a spare tire is about 50 miles an hour. So you don't really want to push it further, because the spare is only meant to get you to like a tire shop so you can get new tires. And I was about 150 miles. So that's 3 times the distance to get to Atlanta. So I started driving, and I looked at my GPS, and it was estimating that I would be there right on time if I drive 50 miles an hour on the spare. But I didn't know what I was gonna do, because I really needed to get to that music video shoot, because I was being paid. And it was an acting gig, and I was already 6 hours in. I'm not gonna drive 6 hours all the way to Atlanta and then be late for this music video. Like, I would have been so devastated. It would have been so disappointing if I got there late and then somehow like lost the job and then didn't get the money and then had to come back, and it would have been a whole deal. But so I just decided to like push the spare tire as far as it could go. I drove 65, 70 miles an hour, 150 miles to Atlanta, and I made it to the music video shoot on time. That whole time I was just like sort of like praying and having faith that the spare tire wouldn't give out, and it was like so scary for me. I was like, and anytime I heard like a noise, I was like, and I was so scared that the tire was gonna pop, because spare tires aren't very durable and they break easily. They're only meant to get you to a tire shop. So I made it to the music video shoot safe and sound. Thankfully the spare tire didn't give out. But that night I was just sort of pondering what to do, because I had a spare tire. I was in Atlanta 8 hours from home, so I didn't know how I was gonna get back. And I sort of just came to the conclusion that I had to buy a new tire and just get it replaced, because it definitely would not be smart to ride a spare all the way back to Richmond, Virginia. That would have been like the most horrendous thing to do. But I'm just grateful and thankful that it ended up working out. I ended up getting to the music video shoot all right. I ended up not dying. My engine didn't explode. I'm still here, still loving life, still doing my thing. And I'm super thankful for that. But it's experiences like that that really help you grow as a human, I guess, because like once you get into a situation like popping a tire and getting stranded on the side of the interstate, you sort of know what to do, so next time it happens, it's not going to be as scary and you're not going to make similar mistakes. Like, I'm never going to push a spare tire 150 miles going like 65, 70 miles an hour. Don't do that. I do not recommend it. I do not condone it. Please don't do that. It is not good. I got lucky. That's all I want to say. I got lucky. It was not like science. That spare tire should not really have made it that far, but somehow it did. I'm super thankful for that, but definitely don't try that. But, you know, it's experiences like that that really just shape people as humans, and like, you don't really grow without failure, because you make mistakes, then you learn from those mistakes, and the goal is to not repeat the mistakes. And so hopefully, if I ever get into a similar situation, I will not push a spare that far. I will be more prepared. I won't panic. I'll know what to do in that situation. So it's all a growing experience. So I wouldn't change anything about that trip, you know. I'm sort of happy that I went through that just to have that experience under my belt for future reference. But yeah, that's my being stranded in South Carolina story. So if I have any tips, it's to know how to change a spare, because it's very important to know how to change your own spare tire, especially when you're stranded and don't really have help. Like, I could have asked and like tried to get someone to pull over to help me, but it was pretty much all up to me. So know how to change a spare tire, know the spare tire's limits. If you're traveling on vacation, make sure to have a bunch of extra money just in case emergencies like that. You should always have emergency money when you travel, so you can buy a new tire and get back safely, so you don't have to like rent a whole car or do some sort of crazy financial thing. Yeah, but I think that's all I'm gonna say about that. But I just want to thank you for watching this video. It really means the world that you take the time to like listen to me talk about my life and my stories. I hope it's entertaining to you. I just love making videos. I sort of have a passion for it, and I'm pursuing entertainment as my career. Also, update, I have like a finalized move date to Los Angeles. So the goal is to move in 2019, August 2019, when I turn 22 years old, on August 3rd, 2019. That is when I'm going to be moving to Los Angeles, California to pursue entertainment full time. So until then, I'm going to be saving up rent money. I'm going to try and get a year's worth of rent before I go to Los Angeles, because it is very expensive, and I'm going to want to go to a lot of auditions. Like, I'm still going to work while I'm there, of course, but I'm going to want to go to a bunch of auditions while I'm in Los Angeles. So that's like the official plan, and I'm super excited because I always dreamed of going to LA, and now like working out the logistics financially and just figuring everything out, and now having an actual move date that I'm going to follow through with and go through, and like looking forward to that. Like, I'm so excited to see what life has to offer in this next step. Chase your dreams. You can do it. If that South African TV show taught me anything, it's that you can do anything in life. There's no reason I should have been cast on a TV show and got to go to South Africa for free and do all that stuff. Like, that should have never happened to me, but it did. And now, like, my dream's happening and things are falling into place, and it's the most amazing thing. And I'm so happy, so I just want that same happiness for you. So chase your dreams. If I have any advice in life, it's just love others, chase your dreams. But thank you again for watching. You're an amazing person, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.